Welcome, welcome, welcome. How does that sound, guys? Here's somebody watching.
It sounds good.
Everything sounds good. Everything's good. Nothing's quiet. Beautiful. Welcome to episode 4 of Steam and Rain, our wonderful, wonderful game of steampunk. That's well. Aoife's having
Aoife
fun.
being a child. Yeah.
Sorry for the baby butt.
So,
Sorry for the baby butt.
oh, I hear myself through James.
Let's check. This sounds good, buddy.
Okay. Wonderful. So, episode 4 of Steam and Rain with our wonderful players, Matt, James, and Hootie. You all, of course, are returning to a wonderful steampunk environment as Matt is being attacked by his daughter.
Yep. As she does.
So,
Yeah, Eva.
So, I welcome you all back. Here in Steam and Rain, our wonderful group on the continent of Shanto, or at least Shanto's little island, find themselves traveling across the massive continent from one end to the other with a package. This package, no older than 8 or 9, with dark skin, platinum white short hair, and jade green eyes. Our group, after a rather interesting travel from Shanto itself to Gem, now finds themselves rested, finds a job already lined up, and it
Freeze.
seems...
He froze.
Huh?
It. There you go.
has already found a job, as well as their next destination. Now rested, ready for travel, our group now has a few errands to run to pick things up here in the city of Gem. And the next day starts like any other, with rain pouring down, the relaxing sound of it hitting the roof and against the window. Let's hope that our group finds a little bit more peace now that they're at their destination, ready to move. Or will they find more golden apples and voices in their heads? The day is yours. Morning starts. You can hear bustling in the tavern already as people are drying off or getting ready for their morning routine or getting ready for their day, getting ready for work, whatever it is or why ever they're here. They're getting breakfast or foods of their choice, drinking already.
It's got some potion stuff, yes.
What do you need to do, Matt?
Well, I myself, as Thormir, am going to go find a certain individual first. I want to talk to someone. I'm gonna go find that soldier, the guard who follows Gorac.
It wasn't the guard. It was. Was it the guard?
It was one of the guards.
Mm-mm.
No,
There
so
were
the
two.
guards
There were
were.
two cultists that were talking to the guard. It wasn't one of the guard.
Well, I'm gonna go try to find them.
Do we have a cultist among us?
I want to talk to them. So, I go and I speak to Daro and man, I'm blanking on the name.
Lars.
Lars. To explain that I'm gonna be heading out on my own for a bit. I'll be back before our meetup time. So. Where was a guard though?
It was two cultists. One of the cultists was smaller and wiry. The other one was big as fuck, had tattoo on his back of Gorac and the scriptures of what it was. The guard seemed to not really give two shits and was more just annoyed that they were talking to him. At least that's what I remember. Fucking, I'm pretty sure. Yep, I have notes.
Alrighty. Well, speaking to Daro and Lars, Thormir says, well, I'm gonna be out on my own. I have to get errand to go do. I'll be back before our meeting time. If you have an issue with that, speak to me now.
What are you doing, dwarf?
I myself have some individuals that pique my interest right now, and I have to talk to them.
Is this talking gonna get the city guard on us? Cause could let us know now if that's a problem that we're gonna have to deal with.
Shouldn't cause any danger. I just want to talk.
Alright, I don't see a problem with that.
Now,
Lars, you got shit to do too, yeah?
Yes, I do. Thank you. Stuff.
So, you're gonna be watching the girl.
Yeah, no shit. Try not to kill anybody and try not to get killed.
Likewise. Unless they come after you, the girl.
Kind of a given, shorty. Get moving.
I leave.
Alright. It is a new day, so I will update the calendar really quick. If you go into World Calendar, you will notice I have been updating the day as we go. So.
Alrighty then. Off to get some brewskis.
We're getting you alcohol first thing in the morning.
I already have alcohol. Getting vials. Brews, if you would.
I don't think you know what brewskis mean.
Probably don't. Although I heard it one time in a shop, so I thought it mixed up properly.
Yeah, that's not what brewskis mean.
What the fuck was that?
I heard a
What
rocket
jet
revving.
What jet engine spooled up in your room?
Is it your cooling system?
That it is.
I'm familiar with that noise.
I don't know what Discord did, but I'm not happy with them because you have to constantly keep changing it.
Do you have it set as your default?
No.
Well, I mean, do you have your mic set as your default?
My typical headset, yes. Yeti, no.
That's why.
Go into Windows, set it as your default, and it'll always default to that.
We'll do that later.
But so we will.
Up and try for some good stuff. Either way.
Matt, odds or evens?
Odds.
Alrighty. Looks like Matt's going first. Matt,
Woo!
I would like an investigation check from you as you try to make your way back to the gate that you all entered in and see if you can find the guard.
That spoke with the cultists.
I just got an 8
An
total.
8. Nice.
Yes.
Well, as you make your way to the gate, you notice the city itself, as usual, is much like any other. There are people walking about, even in this rain, as everybody has defaulted this to be their norm, of course. And though normalcy is wet in this case, it would seem that, for the most part, people are used to it. You make your way to the front gate, and where you once saw the guard standing there, you now find a new guard. This one, a Goliath, with a simple chest plate on, his arms crossed, and a great sword on his back. And across from him, another new guard. Neither of these look like the guard that you had seen previously being talked to by the two figures.
Okay. So, as Thormir, I approached the new guards, and I asked both of them, perhaps, do either of you know any of the Gorac cultists that's been around? Or the guards who were here before?
The Goliath looks down to you and seems to shrug before looking over to the other figure. This one, a half dragonborn. This figure, human mostly in features, having scales that crawl up their forearms down to their hands. And these scales seem to dot their body all over the place. It's almost like a mix between a human and a dragonborn. They're not quite dragonborn, they're not quite human yet. But this figure looks to you and, well, if you're looking for Gorac, they have a temple here in the city. It's a small one, but they have one. That's probably your best bet on finding followers.
That's very helpful. I appreciate it. Do you by any chance know which direction I should go to that temple?
They'll be towards the northern part of the city. It's a little tucked away, but their temple is pretty easy to spot once you find it. They have it set in the middle of one of the little park areas. It's right there on the edge, but it's in the park. So the easiest way to find them is to go there, and you'll find a number of the followers that have taken up residence in the city.
Alrighty. I appreciate your time. I really do. Thank you.
Of course.
heads off in the direction to
Oh,
find the temple.
it's gonna take a minute to get across the city as you all entered through the southern gate.
Yeah.
James,
I
Hootie,
know.
investigation checks. To try and find these potion shops.
22.
Asian. 14.
14, nice. 22 and a 14. Not bad. If I remember correctly, I gave you all potion shops to look for, right?
No, it was too late.
Ah,
We arrived in town too late. He wanted to get vials to make health potions, but we did not. Or the alchemy shop was closed, according to the bartender. I don't really
It was
need
too
anything.
late when we got there, so we didn't bother.
nice. Okay. Well, asking around about an alchemy shop in the area, you find yourselves mostly Lars, as he seems to, in the terms of looking for alchemy shops, seems very peopleish. He's very easily communicating with them and asking them questions about where he needs to go and who he may need to see. And with Darrow's help, of course, finding these shop is not very difficult at all. You make your way into the merchant, the merchant's spire, as they call it. Towards the more middle of the city to eastern side of the city, there's a large... Hey, Crutchins. There is a large mercantile area of the city that takes over a good portion of the middle of this space. But you find yourselves wandering this merchant's spire and notice that for the most part a lot of these buildings are almost like building alley with a tent building, and there are 3 or 4 buildings in a row before another alley, of course, but in between these buildings where these alleys are, people have set up these little stands, and along empty walls that they're allowed to, they've set up stands as well. But you find yourselves walking into this merchant's spire and looking around. Not only is it busy, you find yourselves very quickly led to a shop that in the front there is a large wooden potion bottle set up next to the door. This decoration reads across its little name tag a rather simple but elegant font. The proprietor's potions.
Proprietor's Potions. Interesting name. Shall we? Oh,
Might as well.
Alrighty. You step inside, and as you do, you find yourselves dried off once again, much like any of the other businesses within this area.
Good spell. Great challenge.
And within this potion shop, you find yourselves face to face with an array of these bottles and potions. Hydrate and posture check from Crutchins. That's wonderful. Do I have water down here?
Water.
That's moonshine.
I do not have water at the moment.
Here you go. Here's some water.
Moonshine.
Hydrate. And of course posture check, so I gotta sit up. But
Now.
as you step inside, you find yourselves face to face with an array of potions that are decorating the shelves. These shelves seemingly handmade. You have potions hanging from the ceiling by simple ropes and ties. It's almost like herb drying ropes, but they've made them to hold individual potions that spiral down the whole thing down to one at the very bottom. And then a number of these little crates almost that have an arrangement of different potion bottles or similar potion bottles depending on which crate you look at. However, across from the main entrance at a counter at the back of the shop, there is an elderly woman who is a little bigger. You can see the age kind of drooping, and her white hair is pulled back into this very long braid that starts at the top of her head and goes all the way down her back. Her wrinkled hands and fingers writing down something on a piece of parchment, and as you all enter, you hear the sound of a bell on the door. As the bell rings, the older woman seems to sit up a little bit and look to you, and she smiles. Welcome to the Proprietor's Potions. If you need any help, please feel free to ask. My name is Mary. I'm the owner. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Right. So, hi. Hello down here.
She kind of tries to lean forward a little bit, and then she scoots up into her chair a little bit and lifts herself up onto the counter. And then she looks over the counter down to you. Oh, hello there. Hi there. How are you?
Doing just dandy, thank you. Why did I go British there? Either way, I am looking for. I'm looking to purchase alchemical bottles for brewing.
Oh, you're looking for vials, alright.
Yes.
Well, I can certainly help with that. If you go over there to that crate, there's an arrangement of different vials of different sizes. We've got small ones, we've got normal ones, we've got large ones. Whichever one you're needing.
Ooh. Goody. So it's like a kid in the candy store. It's a full-grown gnome.
Matt's becoming Dice Popeye.
Mm.
Oh,
Need to get one of these. I'm going to grab 2 big ones. I brew for like potion of giant strength, etc. 8 medium, normal sized ones for normal potion brewing, and 4 small ones. So 4 small, 8 normal, 2 large.
Alright.
I would hand them up to he just looks over. I would hand them to you, but I'm a long way up there.
Pick Lars up by the fucking scruff of his collar and set him on top of the countertop.
Oh, thank you. Thank you kindly. There you are. It's normal, 4 small, and 2 large.
Well, each of the larges are 2 gold. Each of the normal ones are 1. And each of the small ones are 5 silver.
I had it. It's it's 12 gold.
There you go.
I'm on like I gosh damn it, I just lost. It's 14.
D&D, where you just fucking do math and play imaginary friends.
That was like 8 gold. Plus 2 big ones for 12, and now it's 14 gold pieces total. There you are. There goes half my gold. Money was spent. Would you happen to know if there's a magic store for scrolls in not?
I don't think so here, sweetheart. I'm sorry.
No problem. This has already been very helpful, thank you.
Well, I'm glad that I could be helpful. If you need anything else potion-wise or bottle-wise, I'm always here.
Looks over. I have enough ingredients for 1 more. I don't have enough materials. No, I think that'll be it. Thank you. Because I cannot purchase enough ingredients to even make a normal health potion. I need 25 gold pieces worth.
Yeah, I ain't even got that.
Yeah, I'm down to 14 now.
Bitch, you make that sound like it's poor. I've had 14 this entire time.
I'm a wizard. For me to transcribe a single spell into my book, I need to put 10 gold worth of materials into it. For a single level 1 spell.
Dang.
James, this is just the same thing of Monster Hunter. I have no money, but I do the broken shit, but I have no money.
Yeah, so this is where all my funds typically go into.
This is your life decision. Fucking live with it. You're gonna be a broke wizard.
Hey, but Brook Wizard, why do you think I'm on the road?
Why do you think I'm addicted to unicorn cocaine?
This life is depressing.
You get used to it.
Speaking of which,
Just rips one right on the potion lady's counter.
he's already a great nerd. That's only to make him even happier.
Are you actually
Maybe when
doing
he-
that?
No, no, I had donuts for this. Like powdered sugar.
Of course, fucking Will immediately. Am I gonna have to like roleplay an old lady watching a gnome do cocaine on her fucking table?
That would be great.
Excuse me, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
Hey, not that bad. Yeah. Not that bad either. That 90,
We make
that would
Will
be all.
drink.
No, everything else makes me drink. This is my only respite. Math rocks.
Well, that was what I was needing to do. Was there anything to do now? Any last things you wish to buy? Tall one.
Potions are your things, Lars, not mine.
Yes.
How much do some health potions run, though?
50 gold pieces normally for normal standard.
I'm asking the old lady.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Looks up.
the gnome's right. About 50 gold for a normal one. Small one runs about 25. And then...
Yeah, I'm too broke for this shit.
Welcome to alchemy.
And this is why I don't fuck with potions and magic.
Hmm. Difficult, expensive, requires a great deal of time. Absolutely worth every cent. Thank you, Mary.
Of course. You two be safe now.
If you ever need a bunch of idiots to do a job for you, try and find us.
I will keep that in mind.
Oh, crap, I almost forgot something. Looks over. Do you have, containers for, alchemical blood practices? Typically, you know, like,
Lars, why am I hearing you're messing with blood?
it's typically for a lot of monsters is a very powerful ingredient.
Every glass vial that's made here, or made for here, is made to hold any and all types of different alchemical purposes. They can withstand acid, monster's blood, or anything in between.
Oh, yes, I'm so happy I remembered this. How much is your very big one?
The very big one, as in the biggest one we have?
The biggest one you have, yes. Well, I was...
Biggest one that we have, and we've only got about 3 of them. Those run about 5 gold each.
I would like to buy one of the XXL potion vials.
So, you get the bottle, and it is bigger than the large that you had bought before. But
So do I just mark it as XL or XXL?
it's basically the equivalent to a superior healing potion.
Oh, crap. Did I buy a big enough bottle for potion of giant strength?
It's about the same size, yeah. Superior healing potions and potions of giant strength of different kinds, depending on the giant, are about the same size.
What was the large ones I bought then? I thought the largest were going to be good
The
enough for
larges
you.
were greater.
Oh, crap.
So the small ones are vials, the normal ones are normal healing potions, the large ones are greater healing potions, and then the glass that you just bought, the biggest one that they have, are basically the equivalent of superior healing potions.
I'm gonna buy another large one.
Okay.
Make it 7 gold. Let's go. I'm gonna write all this down. I'll just mark down 7 gold. No, be it for me. Thank you for. There goes my wallet.
Other DMs.
Yep.
I hate giving my players a ton of gold. They can't feel the actual growth of anything, and I'm like, give them gold. They have to buy things.
Yeah. Especially when there's a visit in the play.
A
No.
visit.
I'm just happy I don't have to pay for spells I add from leveling up.
Mm-hmm.
Or be able to buy any of this stuff. That's pretty much and force one. I'll just write rarity. It's me. Is there anywhere you want to go now? By the way, I just barely spent the entire earnings of the job. I've covered for the amount I've spent in the past 2 sessions equals the pay that 2 of us are gonna get paid. Uh,
That's why we need jobs on the way.
mm-hmm.
I'm sitting comfortable at like 16 gold, and y'all motherfuckers are buying everything.
I have to buy
Fucking
stuff.
Christ.
Not everything.
It just means they don't have any gold later.
It's gonna suck when I start looking at a very fascinating spell I want to buy. And I have
Oh,
wait.
Lars, let's go before you spend your soul and everything else you got.
Oh, I already spent that. Let's
Say what?
don't worry about it.
If you turn out to be a warlock, I'm going to punch you in the fucking nose.
No. Why would I sell myself for power? It's so stupid.
As D&D goes, I hear my family listening to Christmas music.
Step, step, step.
There's something about it that doesn't mix well.
So,
And we're gonna fight Krampus.
Bring it on!
Matt, odds or evens?
Even.
Nice. So, because of the time it took you to go down to the southern gate and come back up, and the time it took our two to go directly to the potion shop, your pathing crosses, actually, as they make their way mindlessly back through the merchant's spire.
You get what you needed done, Thormir?
Still working on it.
He does look unsatisfied and hurts him.
How
How
was
would you know
your...
what satisfaction looks like? Need some help?
Points at himself. I'm gleaming like a child on Bronchus.
No need for help for me. I just have business to attend.
Well, we got time. Let's go.
How was y'all's shopping trip, per se?
He spent every single piece of gold he's got.
Not every single one.
But for alchemy, that's not
Can you afford a room?
Yes.
room sharing, I bet. But needless to say,
I can buy food, drink for the rest of the journey, I suppose.
Being able to buy one potato is not buying food.
Case cost is 2 copper pieces typically for a good full meal.
if you'd ever help him with making alchemy, I'm sure he wouldn't mind. If he sells it, he wouldn't mind chipping in a little bit if you help him. That's what I don't mind, helping him.
As they walk, I'm going to transfer the water flash / health potion into one of the vials.
Okay.
Easy to do, just. Yep. Yes.
Nice.
All right.
50 gold pieces. Looks to Hootie. Darrow. Looks 50 gold pieces. 40% workers discount if you want to buy them.
Well, as long as you can turn those empty vials and pots into actual potions, I ain't gonna be mad about it.
It is his finances. No need to be
Unless-
mad at him for his money.
The most expensive one vial I've ever made was a potion of superior speed. I sold it for 5,000 gold pieces.
Where did that money
Well,
go?
damn. Why the fuck are we doing bounties? Bounties when we can just be potion makers.
It took me 5 years to brew it.
Oh,
And that's why I do bounties.
but in the time
Well, just, yep.
in the time of the gnome, that's nothing.
Hmm. I also helped pay off my debt
Dwarves
in
and
my
their
college.
fucking bullshit.
Paid off my alchemy tuition. But
Speaking of Thormir, what are we doing? You just said you had to go talk to somebody.
Yes, just business. Just a quick question.
Want to clue us in?
No need. No need for y'all to know my personal business at this moment. It's just personal.
And we're traveling the entire fucking island together in order to do a job. Things are bound to get personal.
With time,
there's no
But-
need to push him.
we've only
He's
known
simply
each other.
alone. He should be alone. If he gets stabbed in the middle of an alley by himself, he's gonna get stabbed in the alley by himself.
Who said we're going in the middle of an alley, Lars?
I don't know where he's going.
I myself is just going north. I'll be back quite in relative shortly time.
Yeah, well, I'm going with you.
With me? No. No need. It's more valuable that you be with the girl.
She can go with Lars. Unless Lars wants to come with us,
Okay,
and
we
then guess
can
what?
do
We're
that.
all going.
I can wait in the rendezvous if you want me to come along. I can watch the girl. What is her name again? It's been a weird few days.
She hasn't said her name.
I was gonna say, I don't think we know her name. She's just fucking. She stares at me. She fucking barely. I don't even think she said a word to Matt.
No words.
All I had was a cat roller from her. But anywho,
Cat roar.
we had dreamed up. I'll worry about it.
Unicorn cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But absolutely not. You're not coming with me. Just
It's a lot. I've heard word tale that is a lot better than white powder. Alchemy talk. There's some really crazy alchemists. I should get receptions from Roy.
It's up to you.
14? No, not 14, 12. Is that higher than their passive insights?
That's a good question.
What's going on
Passive insight.
for me?
Both of you.
9.
I forget you have a -1 to wisdom. That's gonna be fun later.
My passive perception is 11. My passive investigation is 13. My passive insight, I'm just like fucking.
14 for passive insight for me.
Oh, neat.
Ah, shit.
Lars seems off when he's talking about it. Like he's not telling the whole truth.
Oh, really? No.
Mm-hmm.
What's...
Do something with that.
I'm trying.
Let your pets on fire.
I feel like you're not telling the whole entire story, Lars. What's going on here?
What are you talking about?
You seem a little off, friend.
I
She's trying to seduce you.
they're gonna some looking in the complete opposite matter.
Something
The
seems
seduction
off.
is too strong.
How about you tell me more? Just slowly starts getting behind him, rubbing his shoulders. You seem stressed.
Your shoulders are a little stiff. You might need some later.
Your hands are about 1/4 of my entire body.
Yes, I'm a little tense. You're kind of crushing me.
Yes, yeah. Like you said, your business is private. I shall keep my business private. Anyway, I'm gonna go to that temple. Come on, darling.
You know what? I could respect that. Person's business is their own business. How about you, Dado?
And I still feel like you're gonna be walking into something that's gonna get you fucking hurt. So
It's more like I don't want you to know this about me. I have personal business. It's personal. And I would feel more better with you being with that girl, with
Speaking
that
of,
noob.
as you all have been talking, the girl has just been standing there, just kind of looking in between each of you as you talk, just kind of back
Come on,
and
darling,
forth.
let's go.
all I can imagine with this is she's watching us argue. He's like trying to pull her away, but he
Come
can't
on!
fucking move her because she's bigger than he is.
Please.
But if you must assist coming with me, where I'm going, you cannot enter with me.
Explain.
Oh, is he? Are you a thief?
And again, it's personal.
Did you even hear this little fucker?
I am not a thief.
Where did that come from?
Well, he said it's that place where you're not can go, and if he was, what do they call it, special forces, he wouldn't be so foolish enough to say that.
The more reason why I want you to go with that gnome. Please.
I wonder if
Not
they have some
making a very
fireball
good
back
argument
in
here.
There's not really much of an argument. This is just personal. You don't really know me. I got personal business, and we're right now wasting our time. I could have probably been done with this by now.
You're acting pretty dodgy. But come on, girl, please, let's go this way. Come on.
I just have to ask someone a very quick question. And it's gonna bug me if I don't ask it.
Fine. You've gone for a second longer. I'm coming after your
Insight
ass.
check.
What?
You want to do an insight check?
So-
Natural one.
Thormir is Thormirin.
Thormirin.
Daughter man.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Ain't no fucking way.
I have a +1, I think, or is that?
And I have a -1, so I just got a -1.
I don't even think it's a +1 actually.
Or no,
You
just
don't
0.
do anything.
Did you both just roll a natural 1 on that?
No.
Make eyes.
Do I need to roll a do I need to roll an insight check to see if you're lying, Hootie? I can't get worse than you no matter how bad I roll.
I got a 1. He got a 1. Oh.
That's great.
No, here's
One.
the thing. I got a 1, and then my insight is also -1, so I got 0.
DM, is there a meteor in the sky coming at us right now or something? And
In all honesty, you're just kind of here, and as Thormir is talking, you hear him saying words. He's talking about how it's personal business and how he's just wanting to ask a simple question, and all you're hearing is blah 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 blah. Important name, place name,
Backstory stuff.
backstory stuff.
who, that, and where?
But you're just kind of like staring
Little
at
do
him.
we know, he gave us his entire backstory, but we understood none of it.
So you understand that, you know, he's got something to do. You're just
He's being dodgy about it.
he's being dodgy, at the very least. Maybe. You're not entirely sure. He's usually like this.
Asshole.
Is Pity just blank mind right now? Just
This guy is fucking interrogating the fuck out of me. It's-
Yes!
He got a 0. So it's like just unconscious. As
Here's the thing, I did insight. I have a good intimidation, so like
You're going to try and intimidate the bear.
not this session, not this early. I still love the one
Do you
D&D.
call being around
I
me
still
the entire
love
time?
the D&D post of I cast Fireball, you're a barbarian. Oh no, I know, I'm telling the wizard to cast Fireball. But he's outside of the room.
It's outside of his
I don't
turn.
care. I tell him to cast Fireball. Well, I guess you're rolling to cast Fireball right now. Roll Intimidation. See if it lands. Natural 20 plus like fucking 10. Well, buddy,
Yes, you're
you're
casting
casting
fireball.
Fireball.
What do you call this entire situation where I look down at you when you talk?
Your everyday life.
His intimidation tactic is to sit on you.
I had not considered that.
Well,
I can't consider that of the 12, but not of the human.
When everything is your natural predator, kind of easy.
Indeed. I only have-
When a bird is your natural predator,
too big of a hawk could take Lars away.
Help me!
we're gonna have to get pretty high rolls on throwing a rock at it.
I'm a ranger.
Have
I
chicken.
can shoot a fucking arrow.
I have a question, DM.
Hmm.
Find familiar. Hawk or crow. Can it pick me up?
If you use the alarm,
he's actually like, oh wait, edit.
Level 2, level 3, I will cast fly with third level spell for free.
No, it can't. Hawks are
Aw.
a tiny creature, apparently.
Ah! What about the crow?
That's still a tinier creature.
Raven.
Tinier creature.
Ravens are tiny.
they are not tiny.
They're as big or
There's-
just smaller than hawks.
There's no such thing as a crow in D&D. There's a paper bird.
There is a
Not the same.
silver feathered raven.
Still a raven.
Oh,
It's
here we
in
go.
the
Raven.
name.
Tiny. So, no.
Worth a shot.
I had the opportunity to get a familiar, but I chose not to.
They're awesome, and we're holding off a bit for it.
So, as you're walking and talking, of course, Thormir trying to continue his attempt at getting you all to stop following him.
But hold on, he's going to the fucking uh,
Temple.
yeah, like the temple district with all the religions, and we're going to the same area, right? Because we have to meet the guy at the fucking Terra one.
It's not a, there's not really a religious center like the Market Spire kind of thing. There is a...
No.
So there's not really a temple center like that. It's not like the city has all the temples sequestered to one corner kind of thing. The temples that are allowed...
Oh, baby.
Gato. The temples that are allowed within the city of the remaining gods are kind of separated throughout. It's kind of throughout the city based on where they've been placed, where they've been founded, that kind of thing. They're not like right next to each other because of different reasons, whether the two gods don't get along or they respect each other in a different way, that kind of thing. So
You're telling me this religious sector is in like Camp Half-Blood? That's bullshit.
No. There's not even a religious sector. There's just temples throughout the city, dotting the city, depending on which god it is. There's like one temple per...
District.
Not district. There's one temple for
God.
for each of the the gods. Temple.
Each of the titties.
Sorry.
There's one temple for each of the titties. No, there's two.
Oh, there's a cat.
Somebody clip that, please.
That'd be a good clip.
So each of the gods and goddesses, depending on what they are or why they are followed, have different temples for different reasons. Whether it's because of how the followers see them or because of what they're tied to, they have different temples throughout the city. What do you all know about gods and goddesses? Everybody roll a religion check.
Oh, boy!
Maybe we're for the one.
Okay, so it's not gonna be terrible. Not one for Lars. I know nothing except for the god of fucking cocaine. He
20.
speaks to me in my dreams.
A dirty 20 for Lars.
9. Fuck.
No.
18.
So 9, 18, and dirty 20. Wonderful. So, Darrow, being a man more of money and bounty, it's a little less religious of a practice for you. It's... You don't really see any reason to know much more about all of the gods than, you know, the followers are kind of all over the place depending on which god you're talking about, and
Which ones are crazy, which ones aren't?
which ones are normally seen by normal people as crazy or otherwise, because being a bounty hunter and being a person who works for money, you know that everybody perceives different gods differently. And you've interacted with cultists, you've interacted with radicalists, you've interacted with normal people who just kind of day by day practice asking for something specific from a god, that kind of thing. So it kind of just depends on who you're talking to.
Ain't got bombing.
Thormir, you, however, have learned that each of the different gods and goddesses have different interactions with the mortal world. You know that the people who interact with them and talk to them and practice in following them have helped set up temples throughout the cities that cover and dot the landscapes no matter which continent you go to. However, for the most part, every god has a temple of some kind. You're not entirely sure what each of the gods' different temples are per se, but you do know that each one has a different temple that their followers go to pray and practice their religion in following that god or goddess.
Real quick question. For like Gorac, I was talking to the guard saying cultists. They're not really cultists. They're just followers, correct? They're not. People don't believe that they're cultists, right?
Depending on who you ask, they could be.
Okay, gotcha.
Comes down to if they're seen as fanatical or not by wherever they are.
It's all about opinion and how it interacts with each other's religions.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely up to Thormir how he sees Gorac's followers and or cultists.
I cast smite.
I cast fuck you in particular, dickhead.
I cast this spell that I cannot cast. You can't cast that spell, but the wizard can. It's not his turn for like 6 more turns. I would like to roll to intimidate. Well, looks like you're casting.
Or can I use charisma?
You want to seduce our wizard into casting a spell. James just looks up to the eyebrows.
I cast internal levitate.
Oh boy.
Nice and
Internal levitate?
What?
you go.
Up you go. Just get out. Get out of atmosphere. Goodbye.
So
You do what you have to do to get your wizard to do what you needed to do.
No.
Lars, however, being a practitioner of magic, knows not only what you two know, but he also knows that the followers of these gods are sometimes gifted with magic of a more personal kind. Each of these gods and goddesses still interact with the world, but usually not physically. They do not reach down and grab a piece of the land and make it their own in their hand. They are more subtle about it now, after the god of gods had decided not to allow them to mess with the world due to the war of the gods. Now, that is a set of beady, glowing eyes in the bottom right corner of Levi's. That was fucking terrifying.
Because they're not over here now. They're over there.
Yeah. Anyway. Lars knows that each of these followings sometimes are allowed abilities that are far more difficult to explain than normal arcane magic.
I think you froze. Oh no, I didn't freeze.
No, I'm just quiet. So.
And I'm not going to say anything because there was no conversation about it.
You all know different bits of information about the different gods and goddesses and their temples and their followers, but you all are making your way throughout the city to the northern portion of the city. Fuck. And here in the northern portion of the city, you find yourselves face to face with a large park that has been kind of fenced off. However, as you make your way along the fence line, you can see on the inside of this park there are a number of people wandering about, seemingly enjoying their day. And you find yourselves now noticing in the distance there seems to be a building. This building, standing on 4 stilts that make it basically hover above the ground, with a staircase that leads up to the middle of one side. This wooden building has roofs that are 4 corners, or 4 sections. It goes down and wraps up in the corners. Think in our world it's the equivalent of almost like a classic Japanese temple. It seems to be 1 story tall, with a smaller story in the center of the building. And along each of the pillars around the main floor of the building, you see dragons etched into each of the pillars. Each of these dragons seemingly chasing what looks like a demonic figure. You make your way towards this building as Thormir leads the way. What does Thormir wish to do?
I'd like to roll a perception check just to see around the area, to see if I can find the Temple of Terra, if it's nearby.
You can roll a
Where-
perception check.
You're at the one of Gorac, right?
Yeah, that's what he's assuming. Like 19, and then plus 4, that'd be 23.
Well, looking around, you don't see another temple in the area, but you do notice that from the temple that you now find yourself walking towards, there are a few robed figures. A few robed figures that seem to leave the place, as well as a few figures that stand outside the building itself, but on that landing that the stairs lead up to, leaning against some of the pillars or standing against the guardrail. And you do notice that one of the doors is opened and held open for people entering and exiting. However, other than that, looking around, you just see the park, a few residential homes, and the temple. Terra's temple does not seem to be here.
Okay. Thormir talks to Dero and Lars and urges them to. Thormir talks to Dero and Lars, saying, "Dero, Lars, this is the time that we split. For now, this won't take me long. I can't imagine."
Looks over the thing, looks
And-
there, looks here. They're gonna go in there!
Yes. Very much so. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Second
the other
longer
way.
than you're supposed to be, and I'm gonna come get you.
I can't control you. You do what you want. But it's time for me to do what I want to do. And I start walking away towards the temple.
Waits for the dwarf to get out of here shut. You're gonna go inside right after it, Mark.
Maybe. Take the kid. Go to the meat spot and make sure he doesn't leave without us.
Judging it's quite the most valuable package for him, I highly doubt him to leave it us. Come on, child, let's go. What's this your name? Come on, speak up.
All I can imagine is just like Heimerdinger with Echo, just like a little tiny fucker just being like, yes, hello, and just, I'm being left here with that.
Alrighty.
Thormir
Yes.
makes his way to the temple. Walking up the temple stairs, a number of eyes can be seen from the figures standing along the guardrails. The two that are outside notice Thormir as he steps up the staircase. They're off to the side though, so they continue their conversation as Thormir steps up. However, they do watch him for a few moments before looking back to each other. However, from the inside, Thormir can see light and hear what's almost sounds like singing or humming.
Okay. That is a good question. What to do with that? Singing and humming. That might be in a. What's the crap? What's the word?
Walk towards it, do a perception check, investigation check.
I walk in. I walk towards it, and I just perceive the surrounding around me.
As you step inside, this open door allowing entrance, you look around and you can see a number of robed figures, some in prayer by the looks of it, others not. But what immediately catches your eye is this visage made of stone, a statue. On a rubbled, made to look like rubble base, lays a demon, or at least a demonic figure. And above it stands a woman. This strange woman, armored, ready for battle. A long flowing dress matched with a draconic tail that comes out from under and wraps around the base. Horns that sprout from her head. Two large horns. Scales that dance along her cheeks all the way down to where they start to align her jawline down her neck. And you notice a massive greatsword in her hand that she has plunged into the demon that she holds with both hands. And she has this disgusted look on her face as she looks down at this demonic figure. Large wings sprout from her back. And you notice each of the robed figures, as they sit on the ground, are all directed towards this statue. Now, you have the robed figures that seem to be humming to themselves. And then along the walls, you have dots of people. People holding conversation with themselves, people holding conversation with others. They have seemingly just time spent here. But looking around, the most prominent thing to notice is the statue itself. Standing tall in this one-story room.
Okay. Well, Thormir goes in, looks around, and is looking for. They're currently in prayer, correct? Well,
It looks like the
If
ones
they're-
in the robes, maybe.
well, I go around to find anyone who is open for a conversation. And I go to ask any individual, my question. Like I first introduce myself, saying my name is Thormir. I am here to ask a few questions if you have a moment.
Very polite dwarf.
I try to be. Something you pick up.
Roll a d4. Odds or evens.
You talking about this?
Mm-hmm.
I will go odds. Okay, what side is the side I need to read?
The
The
top
one
one.
that's pointed the highest.
4.
4. So you got evens.
That's an odd one to roll. Oh, that's how you fucking read it. Got it. I've been wondering how you read that one.
Yep. You read it from the top.
He's doing cocaine.
This
He's
is a
just
lovely arcade.
Cocaine.
Adina. I'm still wondering why there's a hole in that fucking door. Such a weird.
The things that we all sit here and mindlessly think about while Will's computing.
I asked a question and it has to compute with math.
Not necessarily math.
He has to make a character. He has to make a character input for the info. He has to get an image for it. He has to figure out how the interaction might or might not go. That's why you give him a minute when you ask a question that he's not exactly prepared for.
Sometimes.
I will sometimes throw curveballs.
Why are you throwing balls?
I got hands to throw too.
Hey, I'm
So-
still just like standing outside the fucking temple waiting for your ass, alright? So fuck you.
Fucking getting into my business.
I'm not getting into your business, I'm just waiting. If I see a bunch of cultists running into the building, then I know you're starting some shit and I'm gonna go get on the fun.
Oh, not gonna start. Oh, maybe, but
I'm not gonna do anything, maybe, but
Depends on how well this interaction goes.
I'm gonna burn down this entire temple to the ground.
No,
I got the
no.
oil. I got the oil.
I have oil too.
Fuck. Fuck. Fuck.
Fuck. Fuck. Fuck.
Shanked?
Well, seems like the temple's getting burned down.
There we go.
Never mind.
If someone tries to capture
So-
me, I will pour oil on myself, and I'll be the lube man. You can't catch me. I'm too lubed up.
So, as you approach the nearest person, you notice that as you approach, from behind you can see what looks to be two longswords that are set in their scabbards on his back, with a large fur mantle that comes to a coat that kind of is connected to the pauldrons that he has on his shoulders. And you notice that his back is exposed, much like some of the other warriors, but this one has no tattoo. And as you get closer, you see that his long black hair kind of mixes into the mantle that he has on, until you notice that some of it's pulled up, and that bottom half is let go, but the top half is braided down. And he has a bunch of little braids that kind of just hang out along the sides of his head.
Yeah.
And as you walk up and you start talking, he turns around and you notice his pale gray skin. Not pale gray, but like his dark gray, almost like ashen gray skin, orange eyes, and a large scar that goes down his face from his just below his hairline down to just above his jaw, and two not long but like pointed ears. And you notice that as he seems to kind of like look down towards you, and he kind of looks confused at first, you notice fangs that seem to jut from the top and bottom of his teeth.
Vampire.
Tiefling.
Oh,
Well,
This figure, covered in tattoos from the shoulders down to the wrists, seems to turn and look at you with a 5 o'clock shadow. Oh, you new or something?
New to the area, for sure. But not necessarily new to this. I just trying to see if I can ask you a quick question, if you have the time.
I'd say so.
Good to know. How long you been in this area?
Long enough?
Good to know. Okay, man. That's very good to know. Might I ask, do you have you ever seen any dragons in this area?
Are you serious?
I'm being fucking serious right now.
No. Only dragon we know of here is Gorac. As he motions his head towards the statue.
Okay. You know by any chance anyone who's been here even longer? Or explores around?
Probably the elves or dwarves. They're the ones with the longest lifespans after all, and I'm sure you would know that.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I appreciate your time. I will try to talk to somebody else.
I can lead you to somebody. They might know a little bit more than I do, but
That would be fantastic.
good luck getting them to talk.
I heed the warning. But I will do my best. I appreciate it.
Come on.
Thormir follows. Okay, that's fucking cool.
The strange tiefling seems to lead you into further into the temple a little bit. And you notice that further back, not only is there a set of massive double doors at the back of this building, nearby these doors is another man, a very large human. This older gentleman, massive in size, like larger than most humans for some reason. Very grizzled, very fit, very massive. A thick
Also,
beard, two braids that come from behind his ears, medium shoulder length white hair, and what looks like the fur coat of a large wolf of some kind. The tiefling looks to him, points. If anybody knows anything, it'll be him.
thank you. Appreciate it. Also, side note, as we're walking past the Gorac statue, I do a slight bow to the statue.
Roll a d100 for me.
You're gonna make him headbutt the statue and like cause the thing to fucking crumble.
I think this is. It is this.
The D100 is the two weird little diamond-looking ones. One has
got this.
like 0 through 90. The other has just single digits. You roll both of them as your D100.
Oh, it has to be the one that's a 10 die?
It has to be both.
Yep, it's your d10 and the other one that looks like a d10 but has bigger numbers.
So
37.
37.
there you go.
So, you bow, and the tiefling continues forward. As you spot this massive grizzly man,
And that's a really fucking cool image, too.
as you get closer, you notice he's surrounded by another warrior-looking figure and two robed figures. And as he stands there, he seems to be talking to each of them as they talk to him. And you're not entirely sure as to what they're talking about. And as you get closer, you notice he looks from the figures that he's talking to you. And he stops talking entirely. And he seems to stare at you as you come closer, almost like a bear sizing up its prey. And he seems to stare at you for a very long time as the tiefling brings you closer. The tiefling stops solid 35 feet away and just goes, "I'll be waiting here."
Okie dokie. I proceed. Do I know which man it is? Did he point?
He pointed to the old guy.
Okay. I go. I walk up to the old man.
You step up
And
to him and he just kind of looks down at you and crosses his arms.
And I introduce myself. My name is Thormir von Heimir. Do you have a moment of time? If that's...
You may call me Goal. I have
Hello,
a
Goal.
moment.
Great. It's nice to meet you. My question is, do you by any chance know of any dragons in this area? I know that's not information that most people want to give, but thought a shot. Take my shots.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Sorry, trying to figure out which one's persuasion. Ah, there he is. And
He seems to stare at you for another long while. Dragons are simply stories told to keep kids in their beds at night. The only dragon left is Gorac.
I wouldn't necessarily say that, for sure.
Well, the only dragon left here is Gorac.
Gorac, you say? Are you saying within the world? Or in this continent?
Anything other than Gorac is her children and her imposters.
Children and imposters. Do you by any chance seen any of that? Know any of that? Any information that might help me?
Not here at the temple.
Not here at the temple. Okay.
I'll give you a word of advice.
Aye.
Go looking for death and it'll find you.
I smile. Thank you for the advice. And you have a wonderful rest of your day. I don't smile much.
Is my mic work?
Hmm?
Third is
Ah.
your mic working.
Mic is working?
Yes, yours.
You have to actually talk, but yeah.
I turn
Hi.
around and I start leaving, go out the temple. And as I leave again, I bow to Gorac statue.
There's just standing outside, arms crossed, looking at the door.
Hello, Doro. What are you doing here?
Waiting on you, like I said. We got shit to do.
I get that.
You get the answer you wanted?
Yay or nay?
Mm.
I got some good advice. You could say.
Alright. Here's hoping that we don't gotta deal with too much. Go find the gnome, the kid.
Head's on the way. Out.
The tiefling is the one to show you out. The tiefling is the one that walks out with Thormir as you all are met back up.
Thank you very much. To the tiefling. And if I ever come back, I'll say hi.
The tiefling then turns and walks back inside.
Respectable.
Too soon for dragons. I don't care for him. Come on. It's too soon. We can't kill a dragon yet.
Who says I'm trying to kill a dragon necessarily?
You're not donkeying the dragon.
I'm not trying to donkey the dragon.
Then what are you trying to do? There's only kill or
Or
befriend.
It ain't befriend, it's fuck.
I'm just trying to find some answers. I know it's too soon to kill the dragon. We're just brand new. But
Oh, freedom! Like, yeah, let's find a wormling.
I'm just
Possible.
taking the freedom to do what I want. It is D&D.
I don't trust this little shit.
No, he's gonna get
I'm
fireball.
gonna get us 8.
Levi used intimidation on the wizard. And if that don't work, I use my charisma.
Yell at him, and if that doesn't work, use eyebrows.
I should have used I should have picked the spell invisibility. Oh no.
Get out here, you little shit!
Same time, invisibility in this world is pointless. Because it's always raining. So it would be a constant outline.
Just, we see where you are, dumbass.
You all are reunited in the rain outside the temple. Where all would you like to go?
We shall wait for our ride.
Ride, client, boss, person that we're having to go to Kandri and Terra's foothold. You remember all that?
The elf priest.
Yeah.
And do
Yes,
you
I
remember
choose-
where the rendezvous is?
It was
Yes.
temple.
So, you all are looking for Terra's temple then?
Mm-hmm.
Investigation checks, or somebody can give another person advantage?
Who has the highest, like, investigation?
I have a
Plus 3.
6.
Did you
Huh?
roll a 6?
No, I have a 6.
A plus 6.
Yes.
I will assess Lars.
Nice.
16.
Okay.
19.
Sideways. What the fuck?
Do I include my,
18.
No, you give me
Investigation.
advantage.
You give him advantage. You don't roll anything. 18.
So giving me the help How do you help me? You pick me up.
A little bit of a boost.
We are now a full person.
Now you can see eye to eye to Daryl.
Fucking
No. He's
Thormir
tall.
picks him up and throws him like a baby, but it just comes up to eye level, and it's just like, what are you doing here?
You stand shorter.
Sense. So this is how the tall ones see.
Little dungeon.
I'm
mission.
surrounded by idiots.
Lucky bastard.
We're gonna kill Matt.
Please don't.
I mean, it's up part. I'm up here. I just point a wand on top of his head and just cast magic missile.
Well, I give him my +1. Oh, I don't need my cookie. I have.
So, asking around,
Right.
looking around, and trying to find this temple, you all find yourselves searching the western portion of the city after asking around and following a few clues. You find yourselves now in a rather large courtyard, and in the center of this courtyard is a temple. This large temple beset in stone with two braziers on either side of a large statue of Terra. This goddess, massive the statue is. In each of her 6 hands, her top left a spear, her top right a shield, and the other 4 holding a different element. You notice that 2 braziers that seem to burn brightly, even with the rain pouring down upon them.
Ooh.
Around the
Be
base of
constant-
her statue, a small moat with water pouring out of either side. Above the braziers are 2 stone spires, almost, that kind of float just above the flames. And you notice at the base of the statue a small cyclone that seems to keep the statue off the ground.
Whoa. I was thinking it was one of the hands. I was tempted to go stand on that.
However, behind the statue stands this temple, and at the front of this temple stands a robed figure that seems to simply stand there at the front doors, their head down, rain dripping off them, the water pouring down upon them.
You the priest we're supposed to meet?
We never got his name, did we?
As you get closer, you notice this is not the elf. This seems to be a human. This indiscernible figure seems to look to you all with rather dull eyes. May the elements wash away your sins.
Need more water.
May the elements wash away your sins.
I
That's
ignore.
a little fucking weird.
We really should have got his name. Couldn't we? Either way, Priesty Tugs. We were meant to meet an elf, one of the order. He's an elf, and we're
I
going.
think they got that the first time you said elf.
And now guys start over. Where was I?
May the elements wash away your sins.
Okay,
All right,
you are.
buddy, we get it. The elements washing away the sins. Is there another guy here or not?
I think he's one of those what's the role?
No, I was about to say.
Initiatives, whatever, and he has to say nothing but a phrase or something, or silence.
Fucking what?
How about we go inside and see if the elf is around inside?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
As you step past this figure, do any of you look back? Dara looks back over her shoulder. You notice almost covering the entirety of the back from the shoulders all the way down to just above the waistline. There is a massive burn mark.
Oh crap!
And you notice that the robe itself is actually burned around this mark on their back.
Before going inside, I just grab Thormir by the shoulder and point.
What is the deal?
Thormir, not Lars. Your happy ass is still waddling inside.
Doesn't mean I can't hear you tussle him around.
As I look at that man's burnt back, I make a slight joke. The water didn't wash away his sins. Fire did.
Oh. Gonna get us kicked out of the temple.
But that is very suspicious.
Be on
So-
guard with whatever the fuck we're gonna find in here.
Yeah, very much so.
As you step up to the door, you notice as you step up, it actually opens on its own for you. And as you step inside, you can see beautiful marble lining this entire temple. Pillars, 3 of them in the center of this massive temple, at evenly spaced spots, farther to either right or left side, that go all the way up to the ceiling. And you notice all of the elements dancing around above, in between the pillars.
Pretty.
And you notice a number of robed figures just kind of wandering about. These figures seemingly perfectly fine. The only difference being that these figures have robes that are a almost like ash color with just a moment, almost like a ashen color with little dots of orange that make it look like it's like a little on fire kind of thing. And where the hood kind of connects to the robe itself, there's a small drape or mantle that kind of comes down towards the middle of the back that is like a very deep purple color.
I don't necessarily remember the wood elf wearing clothes like these individuals wear.
Perhaps he was just a follower. And he's initiates or what's the term? Bishops? Brothers? I don't know.
Monks.
I think that works too.
I don't necessarily think it's wrong to just check this temple out. You never know. He could just be in here praying before he leaves, or talking.
We're here for a job.
What was that?
We're here for a job and a ride.
We are. But he did say he was going to talk to the temple. So, I say we look around, talk.
You really should have gotten a name. Oh boy.
I wish I did too. Thormir goes out.
Is it the best perception? I got a 5.
+4.
Everybody perception checks.
Five.
That's my second one.
15 +4, 19.
19. So you got a natural 1, James?
Another natural one, so 6.
Nice.
I'm like, pretty.
Lars
You're
is
just
trying to
being-
figure out the magic.
How did
Yeah.
that
How the fuck is there mud in the sky?
That he might want to eat glue.
19. And what did Darrow get?
5.
5. Nice.
The amount of fucks my character gives is just like 0.
Very nice. We love that.
No.
Thormir, looking around, you notice that all of these robed figures, as they walk around and as they interact with each other, there is one that seems to stand out as he is carrying, out of one of the side rooms, he seems to be carrying a number of small scrolls, reading one. And you notice that his hood's down, like a number of the followers here. The hood is down, and you notice a familiar looking elf who seems to be scurrying along, reading this scroll.
I myself gets Dara and Lara's attention, saying, "Hey, Eddie, there's our elf right there. How about one of us, or you know what? I'll just go talk to him myself,
We could just all go.
or we can all go, whatever."
Mm-hmm. Great plan.
So you all are going, or one of you?
All.
Awesome. You all begin making your way through the temple, passing by these other robed figures, a few of them looking at you and glancing at you and watching as you pass by, others simply ignoring you. Ah!
Mm.
And
Are they burning someone's back now or something? Or what the crap?
not at the moment.
May the elements wash away your sins, as they say.
You walk along and you finally find yourselves grabbing the elf by the shoulder as he's scurrying off. He kind of jumps for a moment and he turns back around and sees you all. Oh! Hi there!
Did you forget we have a place to be?
No, I'm currently working on that.
What do you mean?
I have all of the notes and everything, and everything's ready. I just have to make sure that I can put these in a secure space, so that way the records are kept that I have them.
Alright.
Mm.
How long?
Few moments. It's right around the corner. I just gotta put them in there.
Great, we'll walk with you.
Very animalistic.
Okay. He then begins scurrying off again.
Follow.
You all follow this strange elf, paying close attention to his steps as he scurries along, reading each of the scrolls one by one. He makes his way to a set of double doors and opens one of them to step inside, and it is a room full of scrolls similar to this one, just full of them. They line the walls in their own little triangle cubbies. There are a number of them just kind of stacked. He then rolls up each of the scrolls that he was using in a very tight roll. The one he was reading, he rolls up very tightly, and he slips each of them into their own little space. He then turns to you all. So, everything's recorded. Everything's been taken care of. We can head out as soon as you all are ready. Is there anything that you all need, or anything I can help you with, or anything like that?
I have 2 questions for you.
Okay.
First off, what's your name?
Oh,
I would be very helpful. Yes.
That's-
Holy crap. Yes.
that's right. We never exchanged that information.
No, we did not. It's very important.
I apologize. I am a lion.
A lion.
It's
You're a lion?
it's interesting and common.
Well, as for myself, I haven't exchanged my information of who I am Thormir.
Lars.
Elian. A lion.
The lion. Daisies. And the human here his name is Darrow. And my second question is do you know anything about that individual who's outside the front of the temple?
Shh. He immediately just starts shushing. And
It's a punishment. Ah.
don't talk about him in here.
Aye.
We'll save it for the road.
That would be the best
Okay.
option.
Do you have spells?
Will do.
Spells?
Spells. Spell scrolls. Look at all these scrolls. All the scrolls. There's so many scrolls. So many scrolls. So many scrolls. So many.
They're
beautiful,
not for
wonderful
you,
little scrolls.
Lars.
So many scrolls. Wonderful little scrolls.
Not for gnomes.
I don't think we have any magical scrolls. I know that we have. This room is scrolls of anything that we have, as followers, have borrowed from the temples, used, anything that we have gathered as donations or given away as donations. Anything and everything we keep archived so that we all know what is coming in and out of the temple.
Ah, okay.
Fascinating.
There's sure a lot of supplies going in and out of here.
We keep track of every donation in or out. We keep track of everything that each of the priests use, or priests and priestesses use to travel and spread Terra's word. We keep track of every mineral, every liquid, every element that is donated by alchemists or hunter-gatherers or anything of the sort. We keep track of everything.
Sounds a bit meticulous, but each their own.
When you're following the goddess of magic itself and the elements that you live in, it's better to be meticulous than anger her.
Exactly, goddess of magic. I will. Priest goes for sale here. Anywho, holy water.
We're not
Those are-
shopping, Lars.
Holy water is always provided by the temple for the travels. It is meant for ceremony on the travel. It's meant for practice as we travel.
So you'll be perfectly fine filling up this vial.
I can't take more than what's already been archived.
Alright.
And what has been archived? What are we taking?
Due to the length of travel, I will be taking 3 flasks of holy water for praise to the goddess of the elements.
You sell holy water?
We're not shopping, Lars. We're in a temple.
Doesn't hurt to have holy water standby. Unless we can have the
We
holy.
got 3 vials as far as the priest is concerned.
Well, that's for his ceremonies.
And if the emergency calls for it, we'll use it regardless of what he thinks.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he'll accept us using his holy water on whatever nightmare shows up over him dying with it.
I was wondering if I could spend it. I did not spend it all.
Are you trying to say you're gonna bribe him?
No, I'm going to purchase the holy water.
I guess you could say it's a donation.
That is fair.
Why is our gnome constantly trying to strike a bargain in every building we go into?
It's not every building. It's every very
so far.
useful building that actually has.
I got
stuff that we
money.
can use.
Buddy, we don't sell anything, but I have money.
I have money. Shut up and take it. Holy water for sale.
I don't believe we sell any.
Bear holy water. Bear holy water.
Oh well.
Is moonshine holy water?
It's not
And
moonshine,
it's-
it's literally
No,
water.
that's called ceremonial water. Anyway, if you had said it, it's fine.
He told you that like 3 different times.
I didn't say it wasn't for sale.
What form of transportation are we gonna be taking?
I was able to get a carriage prepared.
Fantastic.
For the 4 of us and you?
Yes.
Ah,
Alright.
We also have a driver.
happy to say.
Okay, do we need to be concerned about this driver?
No, he's another priest.
Thormir looks away.
A little more information would be good, bud.
Just another priest. He's
He's our driver.
He's our driver. I don't know how to operate a carriage or handle horses.
Do you know him? Is he to be trusted? Do we have anything to worry about with him being our navigator?
Isn't he just a priest of Terra?
I.
Clearly, they're trustworthy.
You learn not to trust every single parish you come across, Lars.
He is a priest of Terra, so in most cases he is like family. I can't say I know him personally.
You know where he is?
He is with the carriage.
You got everything you need?
Yes.
Let's go.
I agree. Also, as we walk, I have a question. Is our names Ark?
No. Everything is
Fantastic.
kept anonymous due to the fact that though Terra is meticulous in what does come and go, she is... We would like to believe that she is less worried about who it comes from. Because who is donating doesn't matter. So that way, followers of Terra cannot favor one person over another in their donations or what they're being donated. Everyone is treated equally.
Do we have everything for our trip?
Yes.
Yes, we already went and got all our shit.
Do we have enough rations?
Yes.
You just said yes.
Because right now I have 9.
Because ain't he a priest? Aren't they priests? Can't they magically do stuff that make
It's a
lots of
14 gauge trip. Going north.
Right.
You can hunt if we ever run out. We'll be fine.
I'm gonna have to hunt on every moment of my spare time, pretty much. Hunt and
Let's
gather.
hope you're a good shot.
I'm a
Yeah,
damn
but-
good shot at that.
I was also
Ain't
hoped you
got
could
nothing
find
to
more
worry
herbs
about.
than me.
Oh, is that Lars?
He wants
hope
more
you-
herbs to brew more potions.
Yes. Or other things.
I don't mind
No
helping you.
psychedelics!
That's a psychedelic. No. No, I'm just thinking of trying to help provide an extra little kick every time something is shot by a bow. If you catch me.
Sounds fair.
I need a
But
poisoner's kit. I take that back. Damn it.
We're not going back. You should have bought it
Nor
when you
can
were
I,
there.
nor could I afford.
What, with your 2 pieces of lint and a paperclip?
No, it's 50 gold pieces.
Oh, the kit is 50 gold pieces.
Which I find is weird because you need a poisoner's kit, or do you just need a chemical kit to make poisons or potions?
Well,
I showed up.
that's a DM choice.
Either way, as a fellow DM, I need to know rules for.
They're trying to bribe him with cookies?
I ain't bribing shit. I'm not the one questioning and asking things, though it might benefit me. So maybe a cookie. It's better than you grabbing your sword and threatening your DM.
A poisoner's kit includes vials and chemicals and other good necessary preparation poisons. Nor am I proficient, which is kind of weird. Oh, well.
Time to pull a Skyrim, eat everything you find, figure out what it does.
Toe.
Eat every
This
mushroom.
little fucker just ate a fucking butterfly. Why?
I learned alteration. The spider egg. Spider. Okay. Yeah. No worries. I'm ready to go.
Likewise.
I don't know, like how Will's looking at me.
Look into his eyes.
I don't like how Will. Staring into my soul.
So, you all are ready?
Yes. I just had a lot of hunting and gathering to do with these 2, or 3, 4. Do I have?
1,
Do I-
2, 3, plus the child's 4. The priest is taking care of himself, says the driver.
6.
They take care of themselves, I have to take care of 4. I
Nice.
hunt and gather, someone else is cooking.
I'll cook.
Not meth! The fucking crazy eyes with I'll cook. No. We don't want the
Also-
trailer park falling apart.
With that question real quick, I do have 6 local fruit and 3 of each wild onion, beets, and radish. Would that suffice as a ration?
Depending on how you prepare it.
I will do my best.
Question, DM.
He's not gonna give you a
Answer.
solid answer on that. He's gonna be like, you gotta fucking roll for some checks and see if you fuck up cutting an onion.
Would
I'm gonna-
drugs be considered a poisoner's kit check? As they're technically poisons?
That's actually good.
It would depend on which one you're making, because technically
James.
speaking, if we're going off of that, potions are poisons.
Right.
We're gonna
Poison
dose
is-
somebody with unicorn cocaine.
So depending on the effect, whether it's positive or negative, it can be considered a type of poison or a type of potion.
So, also no poisons made with the chemical set, I believe, correct or no?
You could, but it may not come out well.
Alright. That's all I needed.
The
Guys, you want to pull
DC,
some money together to make it so I can make poisons?
Using an alchemical set to try and make poisons will make the DCs higher, and it will cause certain ingredients to be used more quickly. So keep that in mind.
Okay, great. Thormir, I need a lot of nightshade.
Nap nap?
Nightshade.
No, nap nap.
Nap nap.
Permanent night nap, sure.
Nap nap.
Depending on the doses, it might be a temporary nap nap or a permanent nap nap.
For the long rest. As
Either way,
A big
nightshade.
sleep.
Ready to go. Let's do it.
You find yourselves led outside to where the priest, the elf, takes you all past the figure with the massive burn down his back. The elf does not seem to pay any attention to him. But you are led down the steps of this temple and around to the side, where you then find a horse-drawn carriage, 2 horses, and a rather large carriage. It is a regular riding carriage rather than a merchant's carriage or a carriage like that. The priest opens the door, and inside you see the 2 benches on either side, a number of chairs to sit. The priest then motions, "This is the carriage that we'll be taking and that we will be resting in. Well, taking and I will be resting in. You all can join me, or you can set up your own camp, I suppose."
Thank you kindly. You would never know that I'm in here.
Suddenly I'm a little worried.
Be fine. What is it to worry about?
Just for clarification, DM, you're talking like for sleeping at night. Okay.
Yeah. CP times.
If the gnome sleeps inside the carriage, I will not have any issues. Be less stuff to pack up.
Right, right.
That is true.
Or you guys can have separate tents.
We already had separate tents.
I've been sleeping in the same tent.
We had 2 tents, and we were having to pack up the secondary tent because he would sleep by himself. Versus 1 tent, one of us watching guard, the other one sleeping, swapping.
So we can, me and you can switch. Whoever takes down the tent. 1 tent makes things so much easier.
I like this arrangement already.
And as for travels, I will be on top of the carriage.
You just like being up high, don't you?
Not necessarily. It's all about keeping an eye out. But before we leave, I will set an alarm around this carriage. Ritualistic, not the spellcast.
Okay.
And only to be alarmed by myself, and everybody can set it off.
Fuck you!
Okay.
I'm,
I love-
I'm just going.
I love
I'm gonna
magic
give you
in
a fucking
D&D.
migraine.
I really do. Because the spell he's using is called Alarm. You want to know how it's set up? Verbal, somatic, and material. You know what the materials are? Silver thread and a bell.
Yep. You've said that every time he's cast it so far.
Every time!
It is a piece of string and a bell. You want to know how this fucking spell? You put it around the thing you want, and you attach a fucking bell.
And I can
If
hear
it touches the string, fuck.
Turns out it's not magic, it's just a delusional. He's lying to himself.
I can do magic. Watch.
So what's funny is, from what I know, the string and bell do not actually stay where he sets the alarm, but magically it's almost like it is. But at the same time, you're still using a string and bell to make an alarm. I'm sorry, that shit's just funny to me. It's the equivalent in my head of a barbarian cast iron. And
Or
he's just
for
beating
example-
the shit out of somebody with a cast iron pan.
Or
I cast iron.
fireball. Literal batshit. Because wizards are typically batshit crazy.
Back
All
when it was
about
used for
old-
fireball.
Wait a minute. Whenever the lady enters the tent, can't she set up my alarm?
Did
Because
she walk through your fucking alarm though, or did she just appear in the fucking tent?
I set up the alarm around the tent.
You sent the alarm around the tent that had the kid in it. I
That's
wasn't in the tent with the kid.
motherfucker. She only visits whenever you're alone.
Does she?
Ah,
No, don't say
I'm
that.
just gonna look
No.
crazy talking to myself in the fucking
No.
corner.
Uh.
Hello, what you doing? Talking to people.
I'm talking to the pretty lady.
Right.
But would it set up an alarm with that lady?
You might have to make a fucking check if it happens.
If it happens. I don't know about the lady, so I'm not going to do anything necessarily to do anything for her.
No
Once I ever-
metagaming.
Once I learn about the pretty
Obviously.
lady, I'm going to get the spell Minor Illusion. I'm going to make you go insane.
That's a little mean. That's a little mean. Because I know
My
exactly what
urge
you're
to
planning.
drop kick. My urge to drop kick Lars has gone from being almost negligible to I'm gonna send you to the fucking moon.
That's a little mean. I know exactly what you're thinking too, and that's a little mean.
Can we sing songs in this game too?
What is
Hmm?
it?
Can we actually sing a song?
Yeah.
Or can I just say my character is singing a song and I don't have to actually sing lyrics?
It depends. If you're doing it as a bard trying to seduce the dragon, you might have to fucking make a fuck song. But outside of that, it's also up to the DM.
I'll have you roll a performance check. For the singing, not the dragon.
Gotcha.
Oh.
I
How
was
will you
literally
satisfy the
stuck at
dragon?
that point.
You don't- you don't-
Which one?
Ooh.
It doesn't need a roll to seduce a dragon. Oh gosh.
To be a donkey or to be a musician?
Either way, you
Right.
fail.
Either way, if you're wanting to have Thormir singing, go on ahead and roll a performance check for me.
I will be doing it later.
Okay.
It's just in Dwarvish, we have no idea what he's saying.
It starts yodeling.
Which is funny considering yodeling is meant for mountain echo, and
Exactly.
dwarves are deep underground. Exact
But
opposite
they're
of where
inside the
yodeling
mountain.
would be, which is great.
No, they're in the caves, therefore echolocation.
Hey, I'm a dwarf and I'm digging a hole.
Digging a hole. Diggy hole.
Anywho, if everybody is ready,
Collective brain cell.
travel begins once again. As you all manage to pile up into the carriage. It's comfortable. It's comfortable for what it is. But now, the 2 weeks travel begins.
What time of day is it right now?
Morning, Natty.
Yeah, it'd be later
It should
morning.
still
Yeah.
be. Yeah, it should still be morning.
Man, so much has happened in the.
No.
It's
Just
it's
because it
late
takes us
morning,
forever to
but
fucking describe it and like do actions doesn't mean it takes that long.
It's been
just-
like 30 minutes to an
I
hour.
just wanted to be sure.
It's-
I think it.
it's not like it's like. So y'all.
Thankfully, your ass didn't get kidnapped and I had to do anything about it, so I think we're good.
I
So
wouldn't want to.
normally,
Nah.
for the most part, I try to think of it as adventurers try to wake up when the sun does. So early morning, wake up. You all begin your day. By the time you all are getting done, a few hours has passed from you all searching the city, going around, walking around. It's probably like 11 o'clock-ish, 10 o'clock-ish, like late morning,
Gotcha.
but still morning. So then you all have travel to do. So
I stopped bringing potion.
what would you all like to do for the next 24 hours?
True.
I
Look for
myself
more stuff.
hunt
Sleep.
and forage. Get prepared. Might sing a little bit. For shits and giggles.
Upgrade the fire room from normal to major on my dagger, because
Okay.
fucking we got 24 hours.
Okay.
And I think Lars said he's brewing potions.
And
I will
Bruce,
be-
He has charmed an animal on top of the carriage.
James,
Mhm.
I need Lars to roll a brewing check. You will be keeping track of these as this potion is being brewed.
I just looked at the thing of like, do we have a brewing check? What the fuck?
I am the brewing chamber. General intelligence plus proficiency.
Yep.
While I'm foraging, I will be looking for Nightshade for him.
Okay. Roll a perception.
18.
Well,
Typical
are you
pushing
looking
ahead.
as you're on the carriage, or are you trying to actually like find it?
Give me a second. I'm getting clawed as fuck from my cat. Get off me. Ow.
The creature he charmed has been uncharmed.
What's
She
funny
left
is most charm
Yeah.
spells you realize, or the target realizes they've been charmed at the end of the spell. So That would make sense. Asked Wendell.
Uh-huh.
As we're riding along, I'll be looking, but whenever I do forage, I'll do another check.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
as long as they get more, it just brings me more and more herbs. I don't care what he brings, just bring more.
all right. Roll a perception
I got
check.
it. I got 17.
Nice.
I also got lucky.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What did you get?
18 for the investigation, not investigation, but potion.
Nice.
Natural 1. 7 for investigation.
Nice. So, as you all travel, beginning potion making.
I win.
Yeah.
Oh, you win.
I'll put it in memes.
So, as the day of travel goes on,
I made a dice sword.
you're dumb.
You know
I
what?
was fucking with the thing and the fucking handle popped off, and I was like, "What if?"
You're
That
dumb.
looks like something completely else to me.
And
You're dumb.
I hate to say it, you got it. You beat me. I have nothing I can do to compete with that right now.
You're
That
dumb.
looks, that looks like something else to me.
A dagger?
Something that starts with D.
Dog dick.
Just making a normal potion of healing. Because I had enough for that. That's all I had. So.
Oh, won't you love me, Athena?
You got a camera.
Pretty much. You usually don't give a
The
shit.
camera adds 10 pounds. I don't need any more.
So, you all begin travel. Keeping an eye out for different herbs. It's kind of difficult from atop the carriage on the main road to spot too much. But as you go along, you are able to spot a few. Now, how do you plan on getting them without stopping the carriage? Or do you plan on stopping the carriage as you all try to travel?
I am very small. Well, I'm not very small, but I'm short. So I can't imagine I can just jump off, grab, and just
This man
run.
has to parkour off the cart and then parkour back on as it's moving.
Pretty much. I am a ranger. I'm sure I'm very somewhat aerobatic, but
You can
I am
roll an athletics or acrobatics to jump down. I'll let you roll an athletics or acrobatics.
You either do it gracefully or you fucking do it fucking sturdy.
And we're gonna hear Kersploosh.
you
No,
know,
we're
I'm
just gonna hear
probably-
trees snapping as he like fucking face butts a tree branch.
I'm gonna do aerobatics because aerobatics I have the highest. in.
Is it a wet surface, so does this equal difficult terrain? The evil
Did you
look
just
in
get a
Will's
natural
eyes
one?
right now is terrifying.
Did you just get a? You got
Oh.
a 1?
I
Gosh!
got a 1, but I got +3, so I got 4.
James, you have cursed this session.
Hey, I already rolled a bad dice. I'm taking the hits for
After
you guys.
you rolled your natural one, I rolled my perception check. You want to know what I got? A 1. And then a -1, which equals a 0. And now he has to do an acrobatics check, and then he got a 1.
This entire session is cursed. There's been 6 1s so far.
Plus
Yeah.
3, so not exactly just one, so it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, I've rolled half of those.
He made me fall out of a tree with like a 6.
That's because you're trying to look cool in front of Goth Mommy.
I wasn't trying to look cool. I said I'm gonna do like I could have done either acrobatics or athletics, and athletics is sturdy, not flippy.
I'm just
And I
glad
said I'll
you-
do athletics, and he still made me eat shit.
Well, when you roll low enough, you're gonna eat shit. That's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt.
You
But,
found
like
you found the one spot where you just fuck. So,
fortune tell me.
How badly does he fucking skin his face?
so Thormir, seeing as how the carriage is moving, and you're attempting to hop down quickly so that you can run over and grab the herbs for Lars. You go to hop down. However, unlike the carriage for the merchant, this one has a railing for travel packs and different things like that to be put on top and hooked over. You manage to catch your foot.
Oh no! Please tell me he has to roll for how many flips he does.
I'm just gonna see a face imprint on the top of the canvas. It's like,
Not even on top of the canvas. I think it's just gonna be like on the window. Now you know how it feels.
Odds or evens?
This is a 50-50, bruh.
Evens.
Evens. You catch your foot, and you feel yourself lurching forward as you go to leap. However, your foot stays,
Oh God.
and you feel yourself swing forward, slam into the side of the carriage, and then your foot comes loose as you are slung down to the ground with a loud thud mixed with the sound of dwarf into mud. As you have just knocked the absolute shit out of the wind in your system. You gasp for air, and you kind of do the heaving thing where you as your body is basically just factory reset real quick.
Can hear
oh
those
no, an
windows.
attack! An attack!
Oh,
Lars and Darrow,
No.
who think that they are under attack, look out the window.
I don't think I'm under attack. I'm still sitting there carving away at my fucking rune. That sounded stupid.
Well, Lars looks out the window to see Darrow on the ground. Or not Darrow, fucking Thormir on the
Threw me
ground.
out there with them just. The fuck am I doing here?
Just shoves him out of the way, get it. Just shoves him out.
Lars sees Thormir outside in the mud on his back, seemingly heaving for air for a few moments.
What spell did he use?
You tried to be fancy and it got your ass winded.
the carriage is still going, right?
Mhm.
Shit.
He giggles.
How much damage does he take?
Oh, he didn't really fall the full distance. He caught his foot, slammed into the side. It's uncomfortable, but he's not really hurt.
Better, bigger question. How much damage has this done to his pride in the pushing stick?
It hurts.
Hmm. Hmm.
You think as a ranger, you'll notice a fucking carriage fucking handles, and you'll get your foot stuck on it, and you'll fucking dive down like a fucking Michael Phillips into a fucking pool. A mud.
You are dwarf.
But it is what it is. I myself gets up.
Are you
Did
gonna
I
stop
land
the
by the
carriage,
next
Lars?
No.
And
Like,
he's just looking out the back like.
Did I land by the nightshade or no?
you landed on your face.
Did I land by the nightshade or no?
No, there's a little bit of distance between the road itself and the tree line, and all of the herbs are kind of growing off in the tree line.
Fuck that nightshade. I get back to the carriage. I run.
What's
As
your
it runs.
movement speed? As a
Son
dwarf?
of a bitch.
I think they're nice dwarfs, so I think they gave. It's a dwarf 25.
So walking is 30 feet speed.
Nice. I don't know why they gave dwarves the extra 5 feet, but
Yeah, I'm wondering that as well. But dwarf, I have.
I think it might be the fact that he's not a dwarf. Like he's not small. You're like what 5'3" on it or something.
And yes, sir.
yeah, dwarves in general though were given 25 feet of movement.
I might have to use a spell to help me catch up if I am
Well, if you're
forced.
sprinting and you're dashing basically, you're doubling your movement speed. So you're able to put a little bit of coverage, and you're slowly catching up as the carriage moves probably about, well, I say that.
Mud. Two horses. There are 3 horses. Each one, if it's a draft horse, 45 foot movement speed per round. And if we're going to you decide the pace that we're going at. Darrow.
Hmm.
I'm kind of tempted to cast enlarge or reduce on him and shrink him.
If you do so, I will remember this.
Like thinking,
The BBEG is just Matt because we left him.
he'll catch him eventually.
I'm pretty sure he'll remember who fucking cast reduce on him too.
I chew. Oops. Do I have any
There's only
spells?
one wizard. One.
Neat. Okay.
I can't cast
They're both
participation.
draft horses.
Just focus on your potions instead of
So
reducing my size.
if you're dashing, you can catch up to them very quickly.
But can I catch up with them just normal pace?
No.
No.
Dash. I will dash.
Nice. So dashing will actually get you to them in a turn. Yeah.
Movement getting up.
It'll be fine.
As he's millimeters from catching the carriage, Lars casts reduce.
Just,
If you fucking do so, I will shoot an arrow into that carriage.
it'd be
Yeah,
a
we'll
very
Be
small
reduced,
arrow.
you'll be a fucking toothpick.
Just, yeah. It's a proper sized arrow for my size.
Well, you also have mage armor, so.
I have not cast it yet.
Well, then you're fucked.
So yeah,
Shield.
you are able to catch up to the cart once again. Thankfully.
I lay up on top of the carriage to catch my breath.
There is mud in
This is
places mud should
vegetation.
not be.
Okay.
And it's eventually going to be forced out of him rapidly.
I don't like that
That
image.
did
Don't
not
ever
fall.
say that ever again.
For destination.
Anywho,
The DM is visualizing our dumbassery, and he just fucking regret.
I believe I've explained this to each of you before. I have a writer's mind, which means I can visualize everything. I mean everything.
Likewise, but I choose not to visualize it.
I don't have that option. You a bitch.
Just a nasty ass fucking.
Stop talking. I will turn this carriage around so fucking fast.
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet? What else left?
We gotta go find another ride.
Now tempt him, he will throw dragons.
All of a sudden, a fucking black dragon appears in the road.
A black dragon would be kind.
Shit!
Because a black dragon can at least be bartered with. I'll just give you a white one.
He did it.
I didn't do anything.
Anywho. So, travel continues as poor Thormir has to try and catch his breath and deal with the soreness that has just come from falling off of the carriage.
And the mud.
Mm-hmm. Lars continues his potion making. Darrow continues his rune. Travel is slow. The day carries on. The priest has fallen asleep. Quote unquote.
Are we traveling through the night? He just chose to sleep in the carriage, like.
So elves don't actually sleep. They meditate.
I was gonna say, is he meditating?
Do any of us know that though?
I'm sorry, do any. Huh?
Do any of us know that though?
19 plus whatever. Does he know?
Lars has interacted with elves before.
Fascinating. So there goes that plan. Oh well. As a luck. Alright. Darrow's not going to be the talker today because he's describing a rune.
Interrupt me, little man, see how far that gets me.
Thormir is recovering more mentally and
Spiritually.
Yes, seriously. My pride's hurting.
Lars saw it all. Lars is just doing potions. Girl's probably being really entertained by the potions as usual.
Funny enough, the girl is staring at the elf as he's meditating. Like, she is, like, right there in front of him, just, like, watching him.
A nice puppet for me.
As Thormir is taking a second up on top, he's blasting blasphemy in Dwarven. He's pissed.
Roll a performance check.
Oh God!
Man, this is such a wonderful song.
It's not as
Well,
So
you're not singing yet?
it ain't no singing right now. It's more me saying "son of a fucking bitch."
Oh, never mind.
What was your performance, though? I want to know.
Well, if I were to got a performance, it would have been an 8 plus whatever 1. So it would have been a 9.
A little below average.
Singing "Son of a bitch."
I do sometimes sing when I cuss too. So personally,
As I got walk around, looking around, see some random tree. Goes back in.
I am one pissy dwarf.
I can't do anything until the 12 hours are up, so.
Do I make the potion or no?
Have you
take
been
time.
rolling?
It'll take time.
18. Yeah, fine. Sleep
However,
time, I guess.
now that you remind me, I do need another potion check. Don't fuck up.
No.
24.
No.
24? Okay. Everything seems to be brewing smoothly. Seems to be.
Because I do ask Thormir, not Thormir, Lars, would you mind doing that one spell to expel the water off of me
Already did.
And mud.
and mud?
Already did. As
Do it
soon
again.
as you started climbing up. Okay, I should do it again.
Thank you.
Yes. Looks up. No matter how many times you do it, never feel clean.
Not literally right now. No.
Oh! You
I
see
have
the face that you see the face he's making right now? That is him plotting how he's gonna kill Lars.
No. No. I choose to sting.
And
now.
Lars is just softly chuckling.
So, you all travel through the day. Finally, finding a place to pull off to make camp for the evening. The carriage driver seems to have his own little tent.
Oh, lucky him, he's got a double decker. He's got the warm light.
I am not putting up that tent for him.
Well, you guys may have a comfortable night. It's cozy's up. And there's Jen does brush and brews. I'll take very
Is Darrow
much.
Darrow done doing his runes?
Darrow would have
Has it
started.
been 12 hours? It would have been around 11-ish.
It would have
gonna
to
be
be 11 before he finishes.
What time is it?
Would be just about sunset, just after sunset.
Now, are we in the winter or the spring or summer?
You all are in the month of Nem, so it would be middle of summer. So it would be close to probably 8:30, 9 o'clock right now.
Son of a bitch. That means I have to set up the tent because Dara's too busy doing runes. And I'm sore as fuck.
And you're also the fucking first watch, bitch.
Yeah, I know I'm first watch. I am busy. Fuck this. So, Thormir starts setting up tents. Well,
You want me to cast a spell on you again?
What kind of spell are you saying? Are you trying to do the...
You need
And
to
all
You're
good?
dry.
Do not do it until I'm done with setting up the tent at least. I don't want the tent flying away.
Okay.
Do not be tempted.
See the little gremlin in the corner fucking smiling.
I'm like,
He's
You
stroking
say
a
hi to-
mustache.
see,
I start setting up the tent.
Okay. You all are able to set up camp for the evening. Getting comfortable in your own spaces. The girl is able to get comfortable in the tent and falls asleep almost immediately.
is there room for her in the carriage?
Yes, but do we want her sleeping with the elf?
And me?
Do you want to be sleeping with the girl, Mr. fucking tweaker?
I
No,
don't like
considering
how you
the-
phrased that, but
Considering how you fucking saw her eyes and freaked the fuck out, would you be willing to sleep with the girl?
he believes it more to be the after effects of the potion or the
Does
fun stuff.
That doesn't
No,
answer
he-
my question.
She can sleep with that.
Well, I guess I'm first watch.
Mm-hmm. I have a complete faith in you.
As soon as I fucking finish
I
the
cast
carving,
mage
I try
armor
to
on
catch at least like an
myself.
hour or two of sleep before rotating.
Mage armor.
I will set myself up not by the carriage, but on a tree branch.
Okay.
Trees are bad, Matt! Trees are very bad, and this is a bad session for rolls!
It'd be a
Roll
shame if I
Roll. Fuck.
Seven.
I mean, who's gonna rob a clearly a carriage at his priest? Holy,
You never know, you could have bandits. Or raccoons that might go up to this fucking tent again and be like,
hello, Robin Hood.
The church usually does have coffers.
During your
I don't know about the
watch,
Church of Terror, but
you notice that a brown bear that seems to be shuffling along in the nearby foliage makes its way out towards the camp after pausing to sniff the air.
I watch the bear to see if it does anything to move closer into the camp. Which,
It is.
side notes, it is. Fuck.
It's moving towards the carriage and tent
I take a few warning shots to the bear
Okay.
right in front of it, see if I can get its attention.
Get it to run off, not its attention. It's a bear. It will fucking eat you.
Attention or scare it off, whatever works.
You hear the thunk thunk of your arrows hit the dirt, and the bear stands on its hind legs, then turns as it falls and seems to wander back towards the forest.
Back into the forest. I keep my eye on that bear until I can't see it anymore.
What about the second bear?
Just a second bear?
A second bear has hit the camp.
What? Seriously? Seriously?
That came out a little too quick, and I don't know why. I apologize. I apologize.
That was so fast.
I don't know why I said that.
Just Lars goes, "Is there a second bear? A second bear is at the camp."
There's not a second bear.
Yeah.
I'm just pulling your leg, but
That
I
backfired so
swear I
bad.
saw one bear. Unless Lars is doing like like
It's a bad joke, Matt. Let it go.
illuminations.
Let it go.
that joke that actually worked. I'll take it. You could say the bear left.
Stop talking.
As soon as the bear leaves, I go gather my arrows
Okay.
and return back to where I was.
And you said what was your perception check?
7.
7? Nice.
Yes. And
Beauty.
I did.
You were saying, Matt?
I did set an alarm around the tent.
Nice. So, Hootie, you said that you're gonna be working on the rune, right?
Until 11 and then go to sleep. Yes.
For a few hours.
Nice. Roll a perception check.
Fuck me. $11.
You sit in the tent, working on the rune. The girl across from you, as she sleeps peacefully. And you're on your own. Until you feel something on your shoulder. You look over, and you see her standing behind you, bent over, looking over your shoulder at the rune that you're currently carving.
Alarm?
What are you doing?
One of the few things I've learned over the years is rune magic. When I inscribe runes into my weapons, they have elemental affinities. Helps in certain situations. My knife, no matter where I am, no matter how wet it is, can cause a fire. This makes it so that the fire burns even greater. And continues to scratch in the rune, trying to stay focused. Fuck off!
That's interesting. Where'd you learn that?
type of job that I do. You learn a lot of new things, but this was just something that I had to learn. Fucking, my brain is not braining. Not that. But fucking.
Pay attention to me, kitty cat.
Working in daddy was one of the few good things that you learned after doing that work.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just say daddy?
From daddy. We'll be done with
Best
that.
moments of my life, but had some benefits.
Sounds like you know quite a bit.
I know enough. The thing I don't ever know is why you keep showing up and how.
Personal reasons and my own personal ways.
Taking an interest in the kid, is that it?
No. I've taken an interest in something else.
Well, gee, I'm flattered. I don't have any more apples, so I don't know what you need. But
I'm sure you'll find out.
always with the ominous words. Every single meeting we have, I'm more and more convinced that you're some aspect of some god.
Well, you would be wrong there. However, I guess you could say I have some similar abilities.
Is that so?
Have you thought of the favor that I owe you?
Being completely honest, haven't thought of the favor that much. And also haven't really felt the need for a favor, so...
That's too bad.
Any thoughts on it?
No, it's your favor to ask.
Well, then enlighten me. What favors would I be able to ask?
You ask, and I can tell you yes or no.
Cryptic.
Well, I can't tell you if I can or can't do the favor you want done if I don't know what the favor is. There are a lot of things that I can do. There are a lot of things that I can't do.
Like what?
A little early to share that. For now, at least. You having fun with your new companions?
The gnome's a little weird, but he does his best. Dwarf has something going on with the temples.
I noticed.
Regardless, we're all on a job together, and feel somewhat responsible for making sure everybody makes it to our destination. So, we'll get there.
Mm.
Partly just hoping that neither of these idiots decide to piss somebody off that's going to make our life hell.
In your own way, it sounds like you care about them.
In my own way.
I wonder what that will turn out to be.
That isn't ominous. I don't know what is.
Sorry. I like to think out loud sometimes. You three have me thinking quite a few things.
Weird little bunch that we are, I would assume so. Still very intrigued by this kid. She says nothing. Knows some very specific languages that not a kid her age would know.
Would you like some
Behaves
advice?
rather weird. If you can give it, sure.
The only advice that I can give without getting in the way Chase.
Chase?
She's a child after all. Show her it's okay to be a child.
Well, definitely will. Been trying to, but you can blame her if she doesn't. A little group. Her trust isn't going to come easy.
No one's ever does. Thormir, what's your passive?
Passive perspective, like what?
Perception.
Perception.
Oh,
He's been enjoying this too much.
He's enjoying me fucking with Hootie.
it's great. Passive
I
perception.
just grabbed the nearest thing that like I could use as like a little tool to fucking.
14.
14? You hear... You hear talking.
Talking or whispers, because I wouldn't be talking too loud with the kid right there.
Yeah. You hear mumbling. Coming from Darrow's tent.
Mind your business, motherfucker. I minded your business in the temple. Don't you cockblock me now.
I'm the one telling you the advice of using your fucking eyebrows and donkey the shit out of her.
Focused on shit. I can't do eyebrows when they're behind me.
That's why you got shoulders.
She could be butt booty ass naked right now and he would not know.
That is.
I got shit to do.
That is such a shame.
But no, you hear mumbling. Coming from the tent.
Raises concern, but he could just be talking to himself, doing his own thing.
That definitely
Oh.
doesn't raise concern.
I'm just talking to myself, just being crazy.
People talk to themselves. I don't find people talking to themselves as crazy.
I've been doing this entire time.
But does Darrow talk to himself?
You know, you're right.
DM, quit being a DM.
No one
You're
left.
no.
See,
And
that's
plus-
just not an actual full-on undead.
Did my alarm go off?
No?
No.
You do hear mumbling though,
Alrighty.
and it's more
So
than one
I-
voice.
Okay. I can hear her if they're talking.
You hear something.
Did I suddenly make the child speak? Oh, I'll never know. Fuck off.
I will continue my watch until my the shift's over.
Okay.
I mind my own business. That all.
Hey, I technically minded mine. Leave me alone.
He's calling in the favor already. It's like, no, yeah, sure, no. We figured out where I went anyway, so this ain't fair. It's...
Just yeah. For Thormir, I just do the rest of my shift as normal.
Okay.
On the edge of the branch, just watching.
Okay.
When you wake up to watch.
Well, is the rest of my shift good? Like, can I wake up Dara after a few hours of sleep? Is Goth Mommy gone?
As Darrow
He's still
is etching in his rune, silence seems to fall in the middle of the tent. Or silence seems to fall inside the tent. A few
Okay.
moments pass. Nothing. Another few moments. Nothing. Darrow looks around, and he is back to being the only one other than the little girl in the tent. Once again. However, Thormir, as you're sitting outside and you're watching and you're paying attention to the world around you, in the corner of your eye, you see a pale figure. And when you turn to look to see the source, the figure is gone.
Okay.
But you feel this burning sensation, like eyes on you.
I just pull out my bow and keep my arrow notched. Do my back to the tree.
Though tense and uncomfortable, the rest of your watch goes without a hitch.
Bitch.
Before I go to wake up Dara, I do take a moment to open up my pendant and look into my pendant. Cat. In that moment, I close my pendant, take a deep breath, and go into Darrow's tent to awaken him. This time, not so pissy at him. Instead of kicking him, I nudge him on the shoulder with my arm, like my hand. Telling Darrow, time to wake up after your shift. Is that better?
Yep.
I'm still tempted to say it's your time, but don't want to poke the bear, as they say. But I do have some questions for you, real quick. I just couldn't help but hear some whispers. Were you by any chance able to talk to the girl?
No, she's been asleep all night.
That's very fascinating. Were you just talking to yourself? I get if you're just mentally talking to yourself through what you're going through, but I I couldn't help but hear possibly a different voice. It was different than any voice I've ever heard.
As Thormir is babbling over questions and questions, Darrow pulls out the freshly runed knife with its subtle glow. Would you believe me if I told you that I just like to talk to myself while alone and carving my runes?
I would like to say yes, but there was a different voice. It was different to me. Unless you like talking to yourself in different tones.
Talk about it in the morning.
Get some
If
sleep.
it, I don't usually sleep all that well, so
We'll try. Now's not the time to talk about it anyways.
alrighty then. Just to give you a heads up, during the watch, I did see a bear. I scared the bear away. The bear has been gone. Couldn't help but feel like there's something in the woods. It's different than usual, but
Noted. We should be fine.
hopefully you have a peaceful watch.
Darrow,
Night.
perception check.
Sick.
Sorry, Kitty, you had some hair on you. You're about to hair. You're big and fluffy.
15.
As you watch, it is almost unsettlingly peaceful. A few hours drag on. The rain pours. It's quiet. Everything is quiet. And your watch goes off without a hitch. No issues. No wildlife. No sounds.
The fuck did you just pick up?
What are you throwing for?
Thothic.
Put an extra piece of put an extra piece of firewood on the fire before waking up Lars. Just wake him up standard. Have him go pick up his shift or his watch. Yep. Before Lars leaves the carriage. Has the elf even moved a little bit?
I know, I was asleep. It was asleep.
Make a guess.
Looks at the elf. Same spot. He hasn't moved. He's also awake. Ish. Elves be elves.
Daryl will prop himself up next to, or on against one of the walls of the carriage on the inside, just sitting on the floor as he drifts to sleep.
Lars, perception check.
Major.
Major murder.
Uh, 16.
16. You feel an unsettling sense that something is watching you. You feel as though something is peering at you the entire time that you are in watching.
They're teammates. And he's just gonna have the lights set up. He's gonna do a quick little circle around the area. And then, when he doesn't see anything, slowly extend
You
it out.
said, what was your perception check?
16.
16? You see something. As the lights are dancing, you notice by the carriage behind the carriage, along one of the sides, you see half of a face staring at you for a split second as the light dances over. A pale, skinned, dark-haired face. And then, as the next light orbs over, it's gone.
Looks down at bag. Counts.
Did I take a hit tonight?
Goes out of the carriage. His little predictable. Little numb in the mud, just roaming around with the lights.
Nothing else happens as your watch continues. But you still feel this unsettling tension in the back of your neck, as if somebody is just staring and watching every move you make, every step you take. They are watching you.
Really? Fucking really? Shut up. You're asleep. You don't say nothing.
Gonna do a big line of lights. The entire forces.
I thought you were just like, I'm just gonna do a big line. Just. I'll be awake now.
As you have your lights disappear into the woods to try and see if there's anything out there, You don't see anything in the woods. Nothing seems to catch your attention at all.
With a face disappearing, would Lars know anything? Anything come quickly to mind? Like ghost and lips, nightmare fuel, etc.
As Lars stands there looking around trying to find anything else within the camp, nothing seems to catch his attention. However,
Vampire.
Lars does hear something. From over his shoulder behind him, seemingly from no source, Lars simply hears, "Wake up!"
Wake up or look up?
Wake up. And Lars quickly spins around to see nothing behind him.
Goth girl's a prankster.
What time
Okay.
is this? Life spinning around. He's just ice knife. Wand of new hands.
You're just making him look more like a crackhead. Just absolutely paranoid.
Dude,
Seriously.
someone's messing with him and he's freaking out. Sees a woman disappear. Yeah, no, any sane or any.
I don't remember taking my crack. Did I take my crack? Oh no, my crack. How much crack do I have left?
The rest of your watch is uneventful.
After an
He's
hour of
fucking
this,
wired out of his mind just on fucking adrenaline alone.
after an hour of this, he's just gonna go. Start fucking recording. Just
There's ghosts in the woods.
The rest of your watch is uneventful, though the feeling of being watched never disappears. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session. So,
Okay.
I do hope that you all enjoyed, and I hope that you all enjoyed tonight's story of Steam and Rain. I'd say it was very interesting, and in all honesty, very fun. A lot of story got done, a little backstory was looked into, but thank you all for getting lost following the Will-O-Wisps. All of us here in the Will-O-Wisp Woods will be sure to keep the campfire roaring for you, so the next time you get lost following the pretty goth lady who disappears, we'll have somewhere to sit and listen to the stories that the wisps have to tell. But until next time, we hope to see you again here in the Will-O-Wisp Woods for the next episode of Steam and Rain. Good night, everybody.
Have a good day, have a good night, whatever it is, wherever you are.